A wise woman once sang, "Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy is such an evil thing. To watch someone have jealousy, jealousy, jealousy." Hey my trash stars, it's me, Penny Angela, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a quick little video. It's something that I want to just get right into and just discuss, which is jealousy and the emotions of feeling jealous. We all feel jealous. It's a natural human emotion, but we don't speak about it often, and it's been something that I've been dealing with and having to navigate. So I just wanted to get here and talk to you guys really quick about how I've been feeling and what's been going on. I feel jealousy comes from a place of comparing ourselves, and as we are all a part of social media, for better or for worse, we get to see everyone's lives, and of course we get to compare ourselves. And comparison is such a killer because it makes you see what people are showing and what they're posting, and then you compare it to your life, your real life, to their fun life. And again, I will just like to say, social media does not have to be a trauma reel. It can be or should be a highlight reel. I don't expect people to come on here and like post every single friggin' bad thing that happens to them. No, of course not. But I want to like post every single traumatic or embarrassing thing that happens to me for the sake of relatability. So getting back to why we compare ourselves, I think it's because we know that we may have a potential that we are not unlocking. Jealousy comes from a lack of abundance mindset, a scarcity mindset, and it comes from knowing that you have the power to do something that you're seeing someone else do, but you're not doing. Jealousy is a trigger, and you feel jealous because you are triggered by something, a dream that you haven't attained yet, a goal that you haven't achieved, and you see other people achieving those goals. So it's kind of like a mirror to your insecurities, and that's something that I like to remember. Something that I've noticed navigating this emotion and this feeling is knowing that we're not necessarily jealous of the person that we're comparing ourselves. We're not necessarily jealous of their looks or their wealth or their body or their accomplishments or their opportunities. We're not necessarily jealous of those things, but it's a reminder that we don't have them. Jealousy, as I said earlier, comes from a sense of lack mindset. It's a call from inside the house that you are repeatedly answering. Our insecurities do exist and they are valid. I've noticed whenever I feel jealous or insecure about something, it's because I want that thing so bad that it pains me. It's all I can think of. It's a reminder that we want more for ourselves and that we deserve more and that we know we should have more. So if you look at it from that angle, you would realize that jealousy, as long as it's not like an unhealthy part of jealousy, because jealousy is a natural human emotion, it's a reminder of the things that we don't have and that we see the potential in ourselves, but we just don't have it. I feel that if you had the thing that you want, that you see other people have, you wouldn't feel jealous of random strangers on the internet. Jealousy is truly a disease, and it can unalive you, or as they say, jealousy can kill. Die slow, bitch. Like it freaking can. And it can also cause people to, like look at Yolanda with Selena. Like, don't ever let it get to that point. But jealousy, you have to address it or it will kill you on the inside. These feelings happen because we, of the social media generation, we are so consumed with looking at everyone's lives, which is super unnatural. It's not a natural thing to always look at someone's life. It's just not. And our parents, they probably felt jealous of the popular girl in high school. But, when they went home, they didn't have to see that girl on the internet all the time. They didn't have to see her outside of school. You know what I mean? So they weren't constantly reminded of this person that you're putting up to this insane pedestal. They didn't have to see the popular girl in high school back in the 70s, posting that she got a new car or posting that like she's, getting dressed to hang out with the popular football jock. Our parents, at least for my generation, millennials, and I believe Gen Z, your parents are Gen X, they also did not grow up on social media like we have, millennials and Gen Z. They didn't have to constantly see the people that trigger them, but we do. And it's just so unnatural to have to just consume anyone's life on the extent that we do. And I will also like to put a reminder that this pedestal that you're putting these people on, these people that you're consuming, you made that up in your head. Because, and I have done this too, I would see people and I'm like, well, she gets everything she wants. Everything comes easy for her. Who said that? I said that. I am making this life story for a complete stranger that I don't know simply because of what they're posting on Instagram and TikTok, which is just so ridiculous. I had to stop myself from thinking this way. We are crafting lives for strangers in our head, and that is such a toxic and detrimental thing to do. We are definitely seeing the effects of that. These emotions can cause you to create scenarios in your head that just don't exist. They're not real. So then it becomes to the point that you are feeling insecure and jealous. A scenario that may not exist in the actual physical world. It all just exists in your mind. Not in her mind or his mind or their mind. It doesn't exist in the real world. Most likely, these scenarios we're creating for these strangers or even friends. We're just making this up because at the end of the day, everyone has problems. My problems aren't any more insignificant or significant than yours. Everyone's going through something. No one has a perfect day, a perfect month, a perfect year, 24/7. That's just not the human experience. You begin to exaggerate and romanticize things that are not there. You're spiraling because now you're like, oh wow, she's just got that. Let's just say someone that I am not jealous of. So I'm just going to use this person as an example. Michaela. Okay, me and Michaela were not the same type of content creator. What she has going on for her is just, it's obviously, you watch my channel, it has nothing to do with like makeup in the way she talks about makeup. I'm more of like a vintage, trashy Y2K, 60s, 70s makeup, Lana Del Rey type of makeup, but her vibe is not what I aspire to be, but you know, more power to her. But let's just say, hypothetically, that was one of the influencers or whatever that would trigger me. I could just create in my head, wow, look, she's engaged. She just got sent to the Super Bowl. She had a great time. I saw her Instagram. She posted all the clips. She saw Rihanna. She met Rihanna. She got a Fenty deal. Blah, 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 blah. She probably has like people that clean her house. People like her, they can hire help. They don't have to do this. They don't have to do that. And I bet when she went to the Super Bowl, everyone talked to her. Everyone gave her attention. Blah, 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 blah. Who said that happened? Who said that the Super Bowl was a great experience for her just because her TikTok made it look that way? You know, she could have photos with celebrities, but we don't know. Maybe prior, those celebrities were mean to her on that set. We just see the photo, like the brand photo, right? But we don't really know the backstory. So again, it's just like romanticizing things that may not even exist. And if they do exist, how do we know that they do? Because it's not reality, because we don't know anyone's reality but our reality. So how do you combat these feelings of insecurity and jealousy? The most important thing I would say is to acknowledge it. It is a completely normal and valid feeling. It is human to feel jealous and to feel insecure. It lets you know that you are human. Don't be ashamed of it. There's a stigma of jealousy. If you came out and was like, oh my God, that girl's so pretty, I'm so jealous of her. There's stigma behind those words when there shouldn't be, because it's a natural human emotion. And I guarantee you, the people that we put up on a pedestal, there's likely someone that they do the exact same thing to. Because as I said earlier, we are all going through something. We all have problems. And in this, your problems are not so unique. The next step I would say is to just figure out what is causing this and how you can fix it. You're jealous because you notice this one girl just has this beautiful hair. What can you do about your hair that will make you feel better about it? Do you want to get a trim, change the color, add highlights? Do you want to treat yourself to a nice spa hair appointment trip and get the full works, blow dry and cut and color? Do you want to buy yourself a nice wig if you're not ready to commit by coloring your hair? What is it that's triggering you? And find a solution to it, you know? Even for myself, if I see a girl and I'm like, if I'm noticing I'm getting triggered by people that have a certain body type, okay, what can I do? Never will have their body type, right? But what can I do to feel better about my body? Maybe I can start moving my body more, being more active, working out, watching what I eat, you know? And for me, again, I know not everyone has those beliefs, but for me, when I feel my body's getting a certain way, even if I'm not shedding a lot of weight immediately, as long as I know I'm putting in effort and I'm trying, keyword, trying to do something about it, and not just complaining about it, but actively trying. I don't like how I look and I don't like how I feel. I'm gonna just start doing, 10-minute workouts on YouTube a day. And just knowing that I'm trying to do something about it, it does for me help how I feel about my body. Even though my body doesn't change overnight, just knowing that I'm trying. And I'm not just complaining and like putting those vibes out there, but not doing anything actively to change it. You've noticed this girl is getting brand deals or opportunities. How about you start emailing brands? Just knowing that you're trying to get those things. I'm one of those people as well that I've tried, and sometimes, my attempts are failures and I don't get what I want because, again, that's the human experience. Another thing is to tell someone. I have told my close friends these feelings. Oh my God, this girl has everything. Why not me? Why not me? And we discuss it, and you come to a place where you notice even your friend is feeling those same things too, because again, it's a completely normal human emotion. And knowing that your friends and your close ones also feel the same way makes you feel not alone. It makes you feel normal because it is normal. And there's two tips that I guess can be kind of controversial, but they're on two opposite ends. One would be exposure therapy. That influencer or whatever, they're sparking something in you. Watch them so much that you become sick with them and you start noticing things about them that you're like, wait, maybe this is not what I'm seeing. Maybe this is not really the person that I thought they were, because that is something that also happened. The more I would like watch and look at their content, I would become like, wait, you're that girl, but you ain't that girl. You're not that bitch or anything, but you ate that one thing. Like, you ate that one thing. You're not that bitch or anything, but you ate that one little thing. You ate that one little thing. It's like when you have a crush for the first time. Not the first time, but the first time you have a crush on anyone. You just see them in like this golden light. I remember even in high school, I would have a crush and I would want to see this boy every day. Even if we didn't talk, even if he didn't know I existed and we weren't friends, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to see him. I can't believe I'm going to see him in school. And just seeing him, everything he does was magical. If he dropped a pencil, like, oh my God. Or if he raised his hand in class and answered a question, it's like, wow, like everything he does is gold. Or like when you're dating someone and everything they do is great. Even when they're freaking sweating, you're like, oh my God, your sweat is like gold. Like everything they do is like iconic. And then as time goes on, you're like, it was never that serious. You were never like, And that happened a lot too with even guys that I had massive crushes on when I was younger. I look at those guys now, even the photos of them from that time. Not them like how they are now or age, whatever, at that time. And I'm like, what did I see in you? What did I see in you? Not even going by the history, but just like looking at them, I'm like, whoa. So sometimes exposure therapy can work, but sometimes it can do too much. And if you're realizing that the more you see them, the more you're getting triggered, stop. And that brings me to the next part, which would be to limit them, mute them. If you don't want to unfollow them because they're a friend or they are someone that you like and you know genuinely like this is nonsense, why am I acting like this? You want to be able to consume their content in just a normal way. Limit them, mute them, don't engage with them for like a month or two. Because on Instagram, you can mute someone's posts, you can mute their stories, you can mute their live notifications. At first, mute their stories and live notifications because people post on stories more than they post photos. Like you can post 1 million stories in a day, like it's whatever. And then, okay, maybe you're like, wait, I can't even bother seeing their like one post a day. Like that is too much. Mute them on that. Soon, they're out of sight, out of mind. you forget about them and you realize like they're not that memorable because I forget that they even existed because I muted them. Like, that's one way to do it, and that's something that I have a hard time doing because I'm also one of those people that like, no, I want more, just one more time. I guess I have an addictive personality in that way. Those are my little tips and tricks and just my discussion on jealousy. Again, if you're feeling that way, it is completely normal and valid. I'm going to put the trash star of the week right here. I haven't done it in a few videos, but time to get back into the swing of things. Always, if you guys like this video, please comment, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. I appreciate my little trash stars so much. Happy to be back filming and doing sit downs. Life has been so hectic and busy for me, but I am here. And let's talk about the topic of jealousy and insecurities in the comments. And if you get to the end of this video, leave a smiley face emoji because we can use all the smiles as we can in the world today. Mwah! I love you, my little trash stars, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye! Ah!
Missing someone.